Okay, in this case, I'm trying to create a marking assistant. So what I'm going to do, there's a couple ways I could do this. I could do it straight in chats. The problem with doing it in chats is you can see that over time you get a lot of different chats listed here, and trying to find the one that's on a specific topic might be a little bit challenging. So therefore, I suggest to do it in My Activities. So if you go into My Activities and then click on Create an Activity, I always like setting the context here. So I am all right. All right, so now I'm going to give it the instructions that I have for the activity. So there's the instructions. Here is the data. There's a bunch of data that they have to collect for this, and it's a separate document, so I'm just going to include it. And the answer key. So I'm going to get the rubric from my D2L page. So I've got it in my role issues course, in my rubrics, and I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so if you preview it and then simply click on print, you can print it as a PDF file. Just make sure you know where you're putting it. And so now I should be able to add the rubric. Now, while we're waiting, over here you can see that you can actually go through a simulation of a student or create a session manually, just to check to see that it's doing what you want it to do. So that's a handy way of sort of double checking before you click on create activity. However, you can click on create activity, realize that it's not really doing what you want it to do, and then you can go back and edit it. So it's not a case of just once you set it up, you can't change it. So I'm just going to change the title of this. So one thing I do like is to have a comparisons chart. So when evaluating the student template, so there's a whole bunch of statistics, and sometimes there's only a minor variation of the statistics. So I'm not, I might give a half mark or something along that line. So it's handy to have a comparison chart. And I also like to have like a feedback for the students. So at the end of the evaluation, you might want to limit the amount of feedback. Otherwise, it writes like an entire book sometimes. So I like saying, no, just give me a 4-sentence piece of feedback. So if I'm happy with this, which I'm just going to assume that I am ready to create the activity, and then I'm going to test run a student piece of work in there. All right, so we'll create the activity. If I wanted to send this to a student, I'd be copying this and send it to them. But in this case, because I'm doing all the evaluations, I'm not going to send it to anyone. So I can just close this. So I want to start a new session. I'm going to call this the student's name. So I think Harrison. And so evaluate Harrison's template. So these are Harrison's statistics. So we're just going to pull up the statistics and then let it run. Now, what I typically do is I start reading through the assignment while it's thinking and evaluating things. And then what I can do is compare what I've come up with to what AI has come up with. And sometimes what it'll do is it'll catch little things that I've overlooked or highlight things that perhaps I didn't quite see. So it's a good way of making you feel better about the mark that you have given to a particular student. So as it goes through that, if you don't like what's coming out, don't forget you could just type in, hey, by the way, can you do this a different way? Or can you, explain, why you criticize one section more than another. So you can have your little conversation with Flint down here as it's doing things. If I have another student that I want to evaluate their work, I click on Start a Session, and then I put in that session's, that student's name for the new session. So okay, so I think you should get the idea. At the end, by the way, you can click Submit Session, and it'll, whatchamacallit, come up with an overview of all of your students. So as you evaluate more and more students, it'll tell you what in general students have been doing well and what things students need to improve, and it'll even suggest an activity to help them improve that. All right, I'm out of time.